everybody and welcome to this V-Ray for SketchUp tutorial. Today we are going to see the shortest and easiest way to set up a quick studio render with some furniture you may have modeled or in my case downloaded from the SketchUp free warehouse. I have this chair and as you can see it's in a very basic setup. Everything else is by default as it would be when you open SketchUp for the first time. So I want to do a studio shot of this chair and the first thing to do would be set up the scene. First things first, this chair is tall, which makes it better for a portrait type of a shot. So the first thing I need to do is actually set up the resolution or the aspect ratio for my rendering. In order to do so, I'll go into settings, render output and set the aspect ratio to portrait. Then, since I don't see anything going on inside my frame, I'll enable save frame. Now I see what V-Ray would be rendering. So let's set up a view we like. A very good thing here is to work with SketchUp's filter view in order to make the perspective better. Okay, I think something like this will be a good product shot for our chair. Next, let's save this as a scene and we can start rendering it. Here is our office chair. First, let's disable the V-Ray Sun and Sky system, which are on by default because we want to create a studio atmosphere. In order to do so, we're going to the Asset Editor, Lights, Sunlight off. And in order to disable the sky map, the easiest thing to do would be just set the intensity of the sunlight to 0. And now we have no illumination within our scene. We need to bring it back, and to create an easy studio atmosphere, I'll use the dome light. Create it anywhere in the scene. The V-Ray dome light comes with a texture of a sky, which we do not need for our product shot. Then let's change the texture. I'll pick another HDRI image downloaded from HDRI Haven, which is more of a studio view. It's quite dark, so let's make the intensity of the dome light higher. Now we have a much more studio-like environment. We can still rotate the texture of the dome light to adjust the lighting. Now we have a nice kind of highlight, and in order to make the illumination brighter, I'll just adjust the exposure value as well. You can see that the IPR is providing us really nice fast feedback, but in order to make it faster and see what we're doing better, I'll also enable the NVIDIA denoiser, which is part of V-Ray, to have clearer images much faster. It's a bit blurry, but now I get much better idea of the illumination, and over time the image also gets better. Okay, we have some nice highlights here, but I want to add an additional light in the back to remove this kind of annoying shadow going on there and give more detail to the back. I will lock the IPR view using a V-Ray rectangular light. We'll position it contre-jour sort of behind the chair. Now we can go and adjust the illumination of this light as well and make it brighter. Let's rotate the environment to remove this sharp edge coming from the back here. And now we have our studio shot of a chair. Next thing we need to change are the materials. You can see that there are some materials coming from the warehouse, but they're not exactly what we are looking for. I'll use materials coming from the beautiful material library of V-Ray, which can be found if you go to materials on the left. Then, just to be sure that the materials are applying correctly, I'll use another tool of V-Ray, which is the remove materials from the toolbar here. Clicking on the geometry, I'll just click on that, and it removes any material that may have been assigned prior. Now we have a completely blank canvas, and let's start applying materials to our chair. Starting from the bottom, we have the wheels, which would normally be some kind of a black plastic. Then for the stand, we are going to use a metal, this aluminium blurry, and the only thing left is the seating area. Let's make it a office chair kind of a fabric. And it doesn't matter that it says carpet. Let's try this one out here. And you can see that our office chair is starting to look much better. From then on, if you want to customize it, you can change the materials, change the illumination more, or if you just want to create a variety, we can go inside the texture of this material and let's change the color gain. So now, if you're happy with your shot, you can always render it in a higher resolution, higher quality, with or without the V-Ray NVIDIA denoiser inside. In this tutorial, we covered how very quickly you can render your furniture designs or geometry downloaded straight from the warehouse with just a few clicks using V-Ray for SketchUp. Enjoy your rendering and thank you for being with us.